to Paragon City, where you are a hero.
Hey everyone, this is GameEnthus.com's Tiny415, and I'm coming at you for a quick memory session around City of Heroes. As you can see, I've logged in. I have my original character, Golem, who I started with back in April 2004, and several other characters I tried, being a villain with Null Catalyst, and even a Jim Lee-inspired remake of Iron Golem, calling him 2.0 with a bunch of spikes. But, like all great comic books, always have to go with the original. So, let's get into the game. You can see it is City of Heroes Freedom, and we'll be starting in the main hub, which is Atlas Park. Atlas Park is the center of Paragon City. It has a bunch of giant statues. As we see when I log in, you can see a bunch of Paragon reward badges are coming in because, God, I've been playing this game for 8 years now. So, as you can see, we'll go through a bunch of these rewards real quick, and it says, hey, here's a bunch of new tutorials since you haven't logged in probably a year. And we'll skip past that. So now I'll be taking off once I figure out how to fly. Okay, good. It's that button there. And I'm going to actually go up to the top of the Atlas statue. Back when I was playing this game in college with my roommates and whatnot, it was just amazing seeing this open world and everyone in it, and being able to, once you learn to fly, it's not a skill you get when you start, but you actually learn how to fly, and you can fly up top, and this is actually one of the first achievements you can earn in the game. You'll see I land, and there'll be a badge right here. And badges are for discovery across the world, so there's actually another one on top of the City Hall, which was right in front of me a moment ago. But this badge you'd actually see, and I'll open the menu in a moment. You can see that this is actually top of Atlas, and it's a really cool. We'll do a scene in a moment that shows. But first, looking at the badges, you can go through to show how long you've been playing and what you've discovered, and just a whole lot of Easter eggs that Paragon Studio and Cryptic Studios have put a lot into. So you can see I have shadows on, so we can see my own shadow now. So, time to jump off, and I'll start flying. Nope. Which, still getting back into the groove. So, start taking off again, and explore the city a little more. You can see City Hall, or the Hall of Heroes, really, surrounded by statues, and the tram system off in the distance. Tram system's how in City of Heroes you get around. You'd actually get onto essentially a subway car, and it would bring you to the different zones. You can also see that even during this video, the lights in the background are changing. It actually has a full day-night cycle that allows everyone to be able to have different schedules for the villains that attack you. Some villains will be stronger at night as compared to day. And it was just a really great cycle. And with a high-end computer now, great. So I'm going to go crash this interview, I guess, or press conference that's going on. Who knows who this guy is, but and talk to the press. Thank you. Iron Golem has returned. It's cool. But now this is absolute favorite part of City of Heroes, and if you didn't play it, it's a real shame. So as you can see, we're back in Atlas, and the main villain of the City of Heroes is Arconus, something around those lines. Has to do with arachnids. And he is currently attacking. He has essentially his jackbooted stormtroopers, and he has these giant tentacles that looks suspiciously like the Kraken tentacles from the Bay Zone, but that's fine. And fighting giant monsters, the game gave you a great sense of scale. You can see these, there's about 20 different, or actually no, more like 30 different arms that are coming out of the ground. But it's more important, you can see the number of heroes that have gathered to start fighting. One of the really interesting things for City of Heroes is, you can see from the beginning, my character was a level 34. We did the Iron Golem several times. And even though I'm not max level, what can happen is any one of these sidekicks or any one of these superheroes that are can take me on as a sidekick. What that'll instantly do is take me from my current level up to one level below this. Since max is 50 with some complications, but for this video the max is 50, my character automatically goes up to level 49, giving me a chance to fight these guys and contribute in the tanker method that I know how to. So as you can see, we're fighting up on henchmen walking around with their spider arms, as well as people are casting freeze and rock morph and whatnot onto the tentacles to try to slow them down. And what we'll do is we have healers in the background. You'll see the green auroras that are saving us. You can see a little clipping, and it's just a great sense of community. Everyone's playing together and everyone's on the same side. This isn't a competition. We're not trying to figure out. It's literally, it's the best experience that I have to show. And I want to show you some perspective, but to show the hero experience, because this isn't, none of the level 50 people are earning anything for this. You want to be a superhero. What do you do for being a superhero? You go and save the city. The city always had random citizens under attacks, much like Spider-Man 2, the video game, where instead of repeating the same 3, you could go all around the city. There would be people getting attacked by random henchmen or monsters or whatnot, and after you saved them, they'd actually come back up to you, and the game would use a little comic book prompt and actually show, oh, Iron Golem saved me, or thank you, Iron Golem, and whatnot. So it gave that real feeling of just trying to save the day. You could go on patrol, you could work with different groups, you actually could join a super team, you could start up your own Hall of Justice or any other kind of superhero headquarters, and it was just an amazing piece. Now, the other cool thing that was going on is, and you'll see in the corner, inspirations are going on right now. Inspirations are one-time use items that I could use to increase my hit damage, increase my focus, health, energy, and you just keep using those. You could also gift them away. You'll actually see several times during this video my inspirations will fill up. And that's just what you get from earning from beating these things up. But again, I can't stress enough how amazing it is. Every one of the superheroes on this screen and that you'll see, those are all people. Those are all people who right now are playing a game that has been decided it's going to be shut down, it looks like November 3rd. So that's a real shame, because that puts us at 8 years and 7 months. Right? Yeah. So it's there's no expectation that MMOs are going to last forever, though EverQuest has done a great job of changing that mind. But to see a game that has a really strong community go away like this, and to see the developer essentially dissolve is a real shame. I love the other superhero MMOs out there, like Champions Online or DC Universe, but my first love for these will always be City of Heroes. It was the first MMO I ever really took seriously. Like I said, I've been playing it on and off for the last 8 years. When I was on shift work, I'd come home and it was 8 a.m. in the morning, so I didn't feel like going to bed yet, but get on and play. And I've met some amazing people. I still talk to my friends from college who play it every once in a while. And I've even met, and it was weird, I always used to team up with couples for some reason. People that met either in the game or met in real life and started playing the game together. And it was fun because you'd be able to talk with them and you'd be beating up on giant robots or octopus arms or whatever it was, some supernatural being, and you'd be able to save the world. The game originally shipped with, if you got a subscription, you actually got a free comic book in the mail, which was also another awesome idea that you really haven't seen replicated across any other ones. The other cool thing, and it was introduced throughout this whole game, was they considered their updates issues. So outside of the one separate expansion, which was City of Villains, which was a standalone expansion that also enhanced the game if you already had some heroes, the other options you got were 24 different issues. And each time an issue came out, it introduced new power sets, new abilities, maybe new areas. At one point, they were introducing a whole storyline about a parallel Earth. If you're familiar with DC, like Earth 2, where all the superheroes are evil and whatnot, they do the exact same thing. If you haven't given it a shot, you have 2 months right now to try this out and see why I'm making such a big fuss about it. It's a great game, and I think if you really want to try something, free MMO where everyone's going to be there, and unfortunately we're going to see another end of an MMO, at least give this one a shot, because it was a unique one that I don't think you're going to see replicated anywhere else. So I'm going to leave you with some more footage of our triumphant victory. Hopefully that's not spoilers. And now, just check it out, because it was a great game and it will be nice. With the fight being done now, it's time for the heroes to disperse, to go on patrols. Everyone's going to start doing things like task force, which are specialized group activities that are instant, so that you bring your groups and you want to level. And we're going to start seeing everyone disband. But for the people who aren't going to immediately go off to a task force, we're going to meet back up in Atlas Park. Because Atlas, like I said, the center of the city, it's also where almost every noob has to come, or new player has to come through here. You can start in back alley, or you can start here. Either way, you'll ultimately come to Atlas, and unlike a lot of other MMOs, City of Heroes was always one that had a really supportive group. So there were always level 50s and max level characters hanging out here to help out if you need to. If you need to be sidekick so that you can take on a challenge, had that option. And you can see a bunch of heroes here waiting around, talking, chatting, remembering the good times that they had with City of Heroes, because like I said, it's unfortunately is an experience that few will be able to have after November 30th. That is a shame. So I'm going to find a place to stand. I'm going to salute the leader for our task force in a moment and thank him for all the great work, because that was an awesome experience that I've cut down. It was more like a good 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay, but so thank you for the memories, Paragon Studios and City of Heroes. Thank you.